Hello 220. Today we're going to be looking at writing detailed sentences just like we were doing during class time. Now during class time we were looking at stretching sentences, so we were writing them simple first and then rewriting to add more details. This time it's going to be a little bit more easier. You'll have the sheet that you have for your homework and you'll be able to do it the first time without rewriting. So let's have a look at what writing detailed sentences involves. Okay, so here we have, this sentence is missing some details. So it's a very, very simple sentence. The fish jumped. Okay, what kind of fish was it? Okay, so we can add in an adjective here to say it was a big fish. And we're going to change the word here from jumped to leaped because leaped is a synonym of jump and it sounds maybe a little bit more interesting than just jumped. Okay, how did it jump? It jumped up and down. Okay, it could have jumped quickly, up and down. And we're going to add in details where. So here we've added in that the fish was jumped, the big fish leaped up and down in a fish bowl. And when? At night time. Okay, so if we read this whole sentence back, it says the big fish leaped up and down in a fish bowl at night time. So there's 5 questions that you can ask yourself when you're adding detail into a sentence or even to your story, like we've been revisiting and editing our work, the same thing. So it says sometimes it's hard to know how to add more details into our sentence, and we will learn about 5 questions that we can ask ourselves to help us add more details into our sentence. Okay, here are the 5 questions. What kind? Did what? Where? How? And when? Now, if you remember, we spoke about these in class the other day. It was what, where, how, when, and we did ask why as well, but we've got did what here, okay? So, first sentence. So, there was a turtle, okay? It's a very simple sentence. It's a correct sentence. We have a capital letter and a period. But we can ask questions to make the sentence sound better. So, what kind of turtle was it? Well, we could describe it by saying it was a green turtle, okay? You get to choose what to add, okay? So look at this one. Let's make this sentence more interesting. We're going to ask where the gingerbread man is. So, where do we want the gingerbread man to sing loudly? It says the gingerbread man sang loudly. Where? Maybe it was in a pool. Maybe it was at a party. That's your choice. Okay? So the reason we do this is that it shows the importance of visualising, and we've been looking at visualising in writing. We spoke about, remember Harry Potter, about how a book with no pictures can be turned into a video. It can be turned into a film, sorry. And we know that they can do this because J.K. Rowling, the author, added lots of detail into her story to be able to help the movie makers turn it into a reality. And that's what we want when we're writing. Okay, as writers, we want our readers to be able to create a small movie or image in their head when they're reading. So let's look at this one. Here's a sentence. It's a simple sentence again, and I want you to close your eyes and picture it in your mind, okay? So shut your eyes. And here's the sentence. The girl stood. Okay, open your eyes now. Did you get a really good picture of that in your head? I would say probably not, because it's a little hard to picture the sentence because there's not very many details into it. So how can we make this sentence better? Okay, the girl could have been short, she could have been tall, she could have had blonde hair or brown hair, she could have been standing on grass or in a puddle, okay? So let's try another sentence. I want you to shut your eyes and I want you to try and visualise this one in your head, okay? Ready? Shut your eyes. The tall girl with curly red hair stood on a rusty log in the forest. Okay, open your eyes. Did you picture that one better in your head? Were you able to visualise it? I'm sure you did. Let's see what you visualised, okay? She was a tall girl, okay? So I was imagining her to be very tall in height, okay? Did it say she had brown or red hair? That's right, she had red curly hair, so we can imagine her with red curly hair. And where was she standing? On a rock or a log? It was a rusty old log. In the forest or the beach? She was in the forest, so we can add background into that picture, okay? So it's so much more easier to visualise. So here is an explanation of the worksheet that you're going to be doing for homework, okay? It's writing detailed sentences and it has small instructions on the top. Now, as you can see, there are columns here and they have the questions in for you to help you, okay? And I've put a little bit more on your worksheet to help you. So the article adjective is always three things, okay? It is always a, the, and an, okay? If you remember, if the noun starts with, or the adjective starts with A, E, I, O, U, we use an. Do you remember when we spoke about we don't say a elephant, we say an elephant? Well, just over here, if you can see, we have an enormous, because if we said a enormous, it would sound kind of strange, okay? So we first of all have the article. The second thing that we have is what kind, okay? So this is the adjective. So is it pink? Is it silly? Is it enormous? Who knows? That's your choice, okay? The next thing that I want you to look at is the who. So the who is the noun, okay? Let me point this out for you. The who is here. So it's a pig, it's a boy, it's a dog, it's a girl, it could be a chair, it could be a door. Remember, a noun is a person, a place, an object, or an idea, okay? So, next thing I want you to look at is, what did they do? This is the verb, okay? So here, a pink pig ate, or the silly boy skipped, an enormous dog barked, the small girl danced. What are they doing? Here is a new one for you, how, okay? How is called an adverb, and that describes, it's like an adjective, it's a describing word, but it describes how the verb is done. Okay, so he ate sloppily, skipped happily, barked constantly, that means all the time, danced cheerfully. Okay, then you're going to add in where. Where did this take place? At the barn, to school, in the yard. Okay, and then you're going to look at when. When did this happen? During lunch, in the winter, all night, maybe yesterday, this morning. It's your choice. So I have one filled in for you already, and then the rest you're going to fill out, and when we come back to class, we're going to go through those together. Okay, good luck with your homework. If you need to look back through this video, then please do so. It's here for you to help you with your homework.